My dear friends, my dear masters and my dear gods, the next topic what we are going to deal with is the analysis of self or self-analysis. Hitherto we heard analysis of I and you. Now we will understand what is this analysis of self itself. Okay, what is self? Everybody should know what is self. Self is called Atma in Sanskrit, isn't it? And many people know it, but they may not understand what it is. Everybody knows I am having Atma inside. We do not know what is self, in fact. But self is there with us, that much we know. And what is that doing? We don't know. Actually, what is it meant for? What does it stand for? These things we are not aware of that because we had to discuss this. My dear masters, self is known as Atma in Sanskrit, that everybody knows. Then what is Atma? We can say that is self. But actually what is the meaning of that? So we have to understand what is the inherent meaning, what does it stand for? That is most important. So self-analysis, we have to analyze what is self. By a lot of investigation into the spiritual scriptures, we can follow, oh, this is the self. How we can understand? That is what we are going to discuss now. In the legendary work of great Southern Master Shankaracharya, he has given the definition of self. Oh, it is there? Yes. Readily they have given. We need not work out on that. We need not undergo so much of puzzles over that. We have ready-made answers are there. So how that is understood? How it has been explained by Adi Shankaracharya in his book Viveka Chudamani. He said, Atma is Satyam Gnanam Anantam iti Brahman. See, he has defined. No more searching is necessary. Every one of us can understand this. Satyam Gnanam Anantam iti Brahman Swatasiddham Nityanandaikarasam. Okay. Nirantaram Jayati. This is what he described. The self in Sanskrit. Nityanandaikarasam. Completely it is happy, resourceful. Happiness is derived from that. It is resourceful of happiness in every human being. It is the bliss, in fact. The bliss, the word, is to be understood very meticulously. Bliss is neither happiness nor unhappiness. You understand? Neither happiness nor unhappiness. Oh. So this is called bliss. Oh, Rebapre. So bliss is defined to be state of mind which gives us neither happiness nor unhappiness. That is called bliss. So further if we analyze this, Satyam Gnanam Anantam iti Brahman. So he explains this state of mind as truthful, Satyam, because it always speaks the truth. Gnanam, oh, it is having wisdom to decipher what is right and what is not. That is the wisdom. And then Satyam Gnanam Anantam, oh, there is no limit for that. In a great quantities you will excel yourself. There is no limit. Limitless is the self. There is no limitation for that. Nityanandaikarasam, always it is happy. So my dear masters, this is the state of our Atma. So we have to understand this. Atma is truthfulness, wisdomfulness, and infinitehood. All the three put together is called self. That is Atma. So, my dear friends, we should understand equivocally and without any kind of doubts the state of mind that is always peaceful, neither happiness nor unhappiness. That is the state of mind that is called Atma. So, that is what you are. That is spiritual sciences. You are the self. You are that. So, we have to understand that our mind should be in a state of equilibrium, neither happy nor unhappy mode of state. See, we should understand this way. There is no happiness, there is no unhappiness. I am always fine. This is the state of mind that contributes to Atmavandam, that is self-knowledge. Okay. So, further we have to understand what is the self. Self is Atma. Where is it? In everybody is there. Everybody should make use of that Atma inside because it is there in the body. They will be able to use that if they are understanding that there is a Atma is there. If they don't know, then they will only think that I am not Atma, I am only physical body. I am only happiness, I am only unhappiness, I am only worrisome fellow. See, you are not worrisome fellow. Neither you are worried, nor you are unhappy. That is the state of Atman, and you are that. So we have to understand this equation. Nityanandaika rasam, we should catch out of that. Eternally it is happy, eternally, not for a temporary period. It is eternally happy state of mind. That is called Atma. Okay. So this is self-analysis. If you understand Atma, then many great people, they have commented, Baba, you should know Atma, so that you should work with Atma only. You should not work with the physical body, because you are not the physical body. So you should work with your Atma. Then what is the meaning of that? That shows that you should imbibe the qualities of Atma. What is the quality? What are the qualities? Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam. These are the attributes of Atma. Then you have to realize this. You have to put them into practice. You have to speak the truth. Nothing else, no untruth should come from your mouth. Always you should be truthful. And always you should be wise enough, wisdomfulness you must have, to understand what is right and what is not. This is the knowledge of Atma. So one way we are worryless, and the other way we are not having any dualities at all. Always we are in our own state of bliss. Wisdomfulness, we know what is right and what is not. So you are a stable-minded person. That's what it should be. And third factor of Atma is Anantam. Oh, you should be able to discharge your duties to enormous extent. Not a usual person cannot do, not a unusual person. Normally people will not be able to do in such a way. You have to do any work extraordinarily, without any limitation. So, my dear friends, our scriptures say that you are imbibed the qualities of first truthfulness, second wisdomfulness, and third is limitless function. Understand? These three we should be able to implement in our daily life. Then we can understand that you are following your Atma, you are listening to your Atma, or you are walking in the path of Atma. Whoever following the path of Atma, he will have to learn to be truthful, to be wisdomful, and to be as great as anything. These three are the qualities of Atma. So, my dear friends, we all should imbibe these qualities because we are all Atmas. If you think we are not Atmas, then it's a different story. You don't understand what you are. You only go by the physical objects and doom the entire knowledge into doldrums, So that is the spiritual science says, my dear friends, realize yourself. Self-realization is very, very important. How to realize the self? To imbibe the qualities of self. That is what is realization. And what is there to realize? Three qualities. What are those things? Truthfulness, wisdomfulness, and good and great karma, unlimited work. Then it is as good as we are listening to our own Atma. Oh, you are following your Atma, Baba. If you are not aware of this, if you don't listen to your own Atma, then you will definitely be out of way. Then you are not realizing yourself. You are going in a disturbed path. You will not realize the truth. That is the reason why we should always imbibe the qualities of self. What is self? Self-analysis says, self is truthfulness. Kindly understand this, again and again we are repeating, truthfulness. And then wisdomfulness, always you behave with wisdom. What is wisdom? To identify what is right and what is not. Always you should be able to understand this. Then we can understand that you know the self-knowledge. And third factor is doing great work. When you are with the great work, then normally you are with the self-esteem. You have realized yourself. Okay. Good and great karma. Great karma like Buddha installing meditation in society. So these are the contents of spiritual science. And we call self-realization is the eternal thing which human need to be enlightened. They need to be enlightened. What is enlightenment? Following your own Atmic directions. What are the Atmic directions and values? Be truthfulness. You cannot lie. If you lie, you are not with your Atma. Then you do not know what is right and what is wrong. See? So you don't have self-knowledge. Analysis of self says that you should be always with the analysis of self. What is that? Truthfulness, and then wisdomfulness, and then great work, unlimited work. So unless and until we imbibe these three qualities in us, we cannot be said that we are realized persons. We cannot say that we are extraordinary persons. We can't say that we are very wise. No. So every human being has to listen to this. If they want to be enlightened, then they have to abide by the qualities of your own Atma. What are the qualities? Truthfulness, should not lie. And then wisdomfulness, you have to surrender to your inner self, listen to them. What is right and what is wrong, you should know. And third one is doing great work at any cost. So people who realize Atma, they are associated with great work of following always truthfulness. And the people who are associated with self-knowledge, they'll always be wise enough to understand what is right and what is not. And those persons who are always associated with the self, they will be always speaking and doing the great work which normal people cannot have access. So these are the three qualities, and these three qualities are belonging to self, and everyone who knows these three qualities is called enlightened. So, my dear masters, we have analyzed what is self-analysis. Self-analysis we have done. They are into three different parts. One is truthfulness, second one is wisdomfulness, third one is infinitehood, great work and good work. So these three qualities make everybody enlightened. Person who are following these three qualities, they are called enlightened masters. They are called wise people. They are called rishis. Understand? So PSSA wants everyone to be associated with self-knowledge. You have to acquire truthfulness, you have to acquire wisdomfulness, and you should be engaged in infinitehood work. Understand? So these are the three qualities. If we imbibe, then we can say we are enlightened. And this is self-analysis. This is called self. And the knowledge coming from this is called self-knowledge. So, my dear masters, thank you very much. We have analyzed what is the term self and what is the self-realization and what are the qualities of the self and how people should imbibe these great qualities and know their own self and become enlightened persons. Okay. Thank you.